Hello and welcome, I am Carynx, and this is Dark Souls 3. Back in Firelink Shrine, with my thumbstick drift in full action. Reminds me I still didn't bother to order myself a new controller. I really need to get around to that. Because that phantom drift is only going to get worse over time, isn't it? Anyhow. In the last episode, we essentially finished the base game and unlocked the Lord of Hollows ending for this playthrough. Meaning, next time around we'll probably get the End of Fire one, and of course, ultimately we also need to get the generic Linking the Fire ending. But those are things for New Game Plus and New Game Plus 1 and what have you. Anyway, Ludlef. He's gone, but we can still use the boss soul transfusion. And of course he left something behind on his chariot course as well. It's not what I want to do. This is Skull Ring. And of course we do have the boss soul transfuse as well. Since Lord Gwyn and the first Lord of Cinder, many exalted lords have linked the first flame, and it is their very souls that have manifested themselves as defender of the flame. It was an exciting fight. We're at that point in the game where having NPC Phantom summoned is, in truth, more for liability than an assistance. We're also about to get into DLC territory, which means we're getting 2D bosses. I am not yet very skilled at fighting, let's put it that way. Especially not as a melee build. Anyway, Sunlight Spear. Miracle of Gwyn, the first lord, hurls a sunlight spear. The tales of Gwyn's Archdragon hunts describe the inception of the Age of Fire. Yeah, from the dark they came and found the souls of lords or whatever. Dark Souls 1 intro. And of the strength of lords that challenge the mighty archdragons. And of course we've got the Firelink Greatsword. The Lords of Cinder link the first flame, and this greatsword is wielded by the deific manifestation. This cold sword, found thrust in the bonfire, existed long before the Furnace Lords themselves. I wonder where it does come from then. That's been a theme since the very first game, hasn't it? A blade stuck in the end of the bones forming the bonfire. Symbolism that I don't entirely catch on, but anyway, there's interesting attribute requirements because I need both 10 in int and faith, yet it doesn't provide any scaling toward that. Guess it's a bit like a batched version of the Onyx blade, except less range and... it's not that similar. It has innate fire damage, yeah, but it's less than the Onyx blade's self buff. Though the Firelink Greatsword also can additionally self-buff with fire damage. Of course I'm going to get it. I'm going to focus on the weapons as usual on this run. For the most part. Take a look at the ring as well. We have so many rings now. The skull ring, there it is. One of Corland's transposed wonders. Derived from the soul of a soul feeder. Easier to be detected by enemies. One of the three things that basically serve as taunts in the game. The soul feeder was a beast that insatiably absorbed souls to feed its own power. Even after its accursed corpse was burned, it said that the pungent stench of souls left the air permanently stained. I'm not really sure if this is implying that Ludleth may have been a soul feeder prior to becoming a Lord of Cinder. After all, one should recall that, just like Hawkwood said about Aldrich, some of the Lords of Cinder have been given the honor for might rather than virtue. Though Ludleth seems like a decent enough fella. Either way, yeah, it is one of the 3 toned features the game has, combined with the Moaning Shield and the Atonement Miracle. It is a broad palette of features to choose from. Anyway, I do want to have a look at the Firelink Greatsword, though I don't have the strength requirement for it. Just 1 point off, but we can cheat that very easily. After all, I do have the Knight's Ring. Yeah, it's actually a very short weapon compared to the standard Claymore even. Hang on, if I can keep the camera positioned like the thumb stick is gonna drift is gonna ruin it, but yeah. But now it's above the Firekeeper's head. Yeah, I think this and the Claymore have pretty much the same kind of range. And the sheer moveset as well. It's not quite an Onyx blade. It's a really amazing weapon to use on a magic build. The Onyx blade. Very long reach, very nice intelligence phase scaling, and serious amounts of dark and fire damage. But even so, just to take a look at it, it literally is the moveset from the Claymore. I think. I don't remember if the Claymore also has this particular R2. No, I don't think. No, I don't think the Claymore has this R2 though. Because the Claymore is basically a greatsword version of a straight sword, yeah. As in, straight sword. Words. I can speak words. It's basically a straight sword moveset, yeah. But it's a greatsword. So it's slightly different, at least on the R2. And of course, we want to see the weapon art. Which further buffs the weapon with fire. And of course, the fire that creeps along the floor also damages enemies. Doesn't seem to draw durability either, which is good. I know it's much too heavy to use in our current setup. So let's go back to our dark sword. If I can find it. There it is. I'm very blind. Yeah, it's like twice the weight, literally. Anyway, that reminds me. Rings, yeah. You can go in here and you can be replaced by... I don't know, let's get the Hornet ring back on, sure. Let's go to the Cathedral of the Deep for a moment, before we go and do anything else. And yeah, I've got the Begin Journey 2 option here now, which we're not going to do. So we still have the DLCs to beat. But we are going to go to the Cathedral of the Deep to Rosaria's bedchamber. Because at long last it's time that I get to farm the heavy crossbow already. So we're going to give these like 2 to 3 quick runs. Oh, that's hello Hazel. I'm unfortunately going to have to put a sword in your face because you're disabling the bonfire. This also reminds me that I could now safely advance the Rosarius Fingers Covenant as well. Since we have completed Ceres' quest, might as well do that. Go on ahead and give her a pale tongue in order to make Leonhard move from his location. Just one of them. That's all I need to do for now. And here he is. Leonhard has arrived. Didn't take him long.
So, you've chosen to serve Rosaria after all?
At long last,
She will
yes.
be pleased with me for finding her another finger. But be warned, my friend. Rosaria's fingers need only fetch tongues for their mistress. Otherwise, we are free, unchained. Like Yellowfinger, you can choose to believe that all fingers share camaraderie. But do not force your romance upon the rest of us.
A very interesting spin on the Invasion Covenant.
Rosaria's fingers need otherwise, you are free to believe that all fingers share camaraderie. But do not force your romance upon the rest of us.
There's an interesting trend with Leonhard's dialogue as well that I haven't actively picked up on with any other NPC's dialogue. And that's that they re-recorded a lot of his repeated dialogue to be a condensed version of what he usually says. While most of the people in the game will just repeat the exact lines over and over again. I wonder why. Either way, we need to make a few modifications here. I need the Hawk Ring. I don't need defense, but I do need item discovery, so you will give me you. Which also means I don't need a shield, but I do need the Crystal Sage Rapier thing. Which gives me another 50. Should be here somewhere. Ah yes, here it is. 210. And I need to replace yet another ring, because I don't want fall damage either. That's you. And you will be replaced by my trusty Oni Slayer Great Bow. I have quite a lot of Titanite slabs again. 2 of them at least, so I could get you to +5 and you to +10 safely. Anyway, this looks fine to me. I still get my 210 item discovery, yes, and have some coins as well. Oh, the thumbstick drift is going to be very annoying here. We're just going to run on through to the bridge on which patches usually say, yeah, this one. Right, the heavy crossbow can only drop from this one specific Cathedral Knight up there that is holding the crossbow as we speak. And he can only really be hit from over here. We tried early in the playthrough, you might remember, but you can only really damage him with the use of a great bow. Well, not damage, but get him to fall off, that is. I'm gonna assume I can shoot through the chandelier. And of course I want to hit the head. But before I do, I want to use one of my lovely rusted coins. For a sweet 360 item discovery. And let's give this a go. Well, it's not really working out, is it? I need to hit him like in the head to get him to stagger off. Let's try that again. If we get him square in the head, it should work fine. And the difficulty is getting him in the head in the first place. So I might want to aim up a little bit further. Oh, and see, Leonhard's questline has progressed again. We're going to ignore that for now. Something just killed itself. Right, let's try that again, but make sure that we stand somewhere from where we can actually hit him square in the head. Like here might be fine. That's how you do it. Let's see what you dropped, if anything at all. Yeah, nothing. Well, let's go try this a few times real quick. But next time we actually use a rusted coin. Something keeps killing itself when I just rush through. Yeah. The spot should be good. Yes. Just need a coin. Give some next item discovery. And we fire away. Beautiful. Don't think he even dropped... Oh yeah, he did drop something. Hang on, I just want to see something. Nice. He dropped something as well. He dropped his heavy bolt. That's nice, I guess. And the thrall hood. That's also very nice, I guess. Two more attempts and then we'll move on for the day. I can farm the do the rest of my farming attempts off camera anyway. Yeah, the Phantom Drift again. Well, you actually managed to hit me with that. Anyway, should be fine here, right? Easily. Too high. Oh. That was the Phantom aim. You get almost 600 souls from him. Almost makes up for the arrows I expend on this as well. Nothing. Well, one more go for now. One final attempt of getting a heavy crossbow for now. It is inferior to the arbalest which I already have, but the main reason I'm taking it is the weight limit of my build. That's a very passive matrix dodge. Yeah, we're fine here. Let's try a gold coin for this one. Next to 100. Well, I think it did drop something. More bolts, the armor and the great mace. But at least we're getting Cathedral Knight armor pieces. Pretty strong set, albeit incredibly heavy as well. I mean, look at those defenses. Right, I need to get my proper gear back on though. Black Knight shield, my arbalest for now. These are fine, though I need to swap my rings around again. You should be Horned Ring, you should be Steel Protection or whatever, doesn't really matter. And thank you for the rating, you need to be the Clonfear Ring. Good enough. That is good enough. But yeah, just looking at the Cathedral Knight armor for a moment. That looks proper heavy duty. Shame we can only get the red cloak version and not the blue one, but alas. Do you just manage to aggro on me now? Bothers me how NPCs can just dodge your corals by slow walking. Anyway, let's return to the Rosaria bonfire again. Need to have a quicker look at Rosaria again. And then we might as well finish this entire questline right off the bat as we are. Rosaria does not appear to be in fact alive anymore. And very reminiscent of Dark Souls 1, we find a black Eye Orb. Apparently you can still do Rosaria related things though, even though she is currently dead. And Leonard is here no longer either. Invade the world of Rosaria as a killer. Arcane orb left in Rosaria's corpse. Have faith her soul can be retrieved by invading the world of her killer, returning victorious. The black eyes are proof of vengeance, but often appear serene as it casts its gaze toward Erifil. Literally the same mechanic as in Dark Souls 1 and literally the same location as well. Anyhow, I should prepare accordingly for this because this is not going to be an easy fight. Magic Stoneblade Ring would be a good idea and proper PvP weapons would also be a good idea. What's that making? Are you heavier than the and yeah, actually lighter here. That's annoying. Won't need my crossbow though, so it's fine. And we return to... Here there's Aldrich, Devourer of Gods. I suppose it is not 100% the same location as in DS1 we used it before the Ornstein and Smo bus room. And this time around we need to use the Black Eye Orb inside of the Guinevere chamber though. At least we can retry this an infinite amount of time. Yes, let's go use the Black Eye Orb. And pay Leonhard a quicker visit.
Well, never expected to see you here. Resist her any longer in all her festering glory. And now you want to ravage her soul as well. I sowed the seeds, I'll prune the mess. I, Leonard, swear so upon my vows to the goddess. No one will despoil her soul. Certainly no beast wrapped in human skin.
Alright, Blackbone man, shut up. Not this. The damn weapon art. Oh yeah, don't attack while blocking. Guy's a bit of a parry king, you see. Should not have charged that heavy attack right now.
With her soul isn't flesh enough for a sick beast. Blessed Rosaria.
You can't open the emote menu here. I'm actually a red phantom, I didn't even notice. Well, it is done. We have the Sword of Rosaria, the Crescent Moon Sword, and the Silver Mask. That was originally part of this build. But it still kinda looks weird with the exposed skin, doesn't it? Only thing that really properly works if it is the teeth mask. Well, I'll keep the dark mask on for now. We are after all the Lord of Hollows. Right. Let's go back to the Rosaria bonfire, and after that I will take a look at the items that we've just found. So first then, if it's liver of health. And once the health bar gets large enough, these flasks really don't heal that much at once, do they? Anyway, back to Rosaria. Rosaria Soul. One can do two things with this item. There you are. The Soul of Rosaria, Mother of Rebirths, Dolan the Ring Finger Leonhard. Return this to her extant corpse, and Mother Rosaria will spring back to life, as if nothing had ever happened. Of course, you could also take the soul to a Ladlef and turn it into a Miracle instead. But we can always do this in another playthrough. For now we're going to return the soul to Rosaria. Which doesn't really seem to have any kind of effect whatsoever. She's simply back. End of story. Well, that concludes that for now. Don't think I need this particular ring anymore either. And this means we can officially move on to the DLC. But first I'll return to Firelink Shrine to make it do with my remaining Titanite slabs. Should I have enough souls to use them as well? But we'll see.
Just wasn't it?
Reinforce. It's a brain fart what I was going to reinforce in the first place. Well, there's the Pyromancy Flame, of course, and oh yeah, the honestly a great bow. There we go. Quite a bit of a damage boost.
Pretty, I go.
And Carynx, you will do me one final service.
There I am.
Doesn't seem to gain anything from doing that, but alas.
Heed my words, fear the whole undoubted.
Even though you have nothing more to give me. Don't think I ever bought this set to me, so I will do that. For the sake of having it.
Do not be gone for long. What is a teacher without a pupil?
On this day, the pupil has become the master, Carynx. But yeah, looks like you don't get anything more out of making it plus 10. Except for a little bit of bonus damage. The spell buff remains completely unaffected. Yeah, well. We still have some time this episode. So let's go and teleport to the Snowfield at long last. In the painted world of Ariandel. Finally, it's time that we get down to the DLC. This will be both an amazing and equally terrifying experience, especially the boss fights. Reminds me that I should...
My very own home now.
Just force closed my menu and then startled me. Should get the wave blue back on. Right. Only the mighty may proceed. And mighty we are. Beyond a sliver of a doubt. Anyway, you...
Quick! The sweetly rotting bed.
Nothing new. Was it you though who was speaking? Or is the second one of you somewhere out here? I mean, I don't see one. Anyway, poor invisibility and all of that. Let's go. We have faced the depth of Luffrey Castle. And I am equipped with fire to weather the storm. Are you one of the live ones? No, you are not. Wow. Right, there's more of them here though. Yeah, this one is going to come walking forward and aggro on me. Just waited out not to startle too many of these guys at once. Ow, hype armor. And yeah, this is fun threesome here. Nice spear throw. Very professionally aimed. Anyway, the guys up here aren't gonna do anything yet. Or more like I can't really do anything with them yet. Yeah, this tree's all fakes for now. For now they are. Walking down into the snow bed, alright, is how we progress in the area. But before we go and do that, there is more to see here. Hey, you and your fire breath. That should be all the followers for now. Yeah, here's the fly. The way it turns its head and looks at you. And the rot that is slowly claiming the painting. I don't think any of the three people here are alive yet, are they? Don't really remember. Anyway, that should be everything on the first section here. Yeah, none of you are alive. And now comes the fun part. I should reapply my blast before that. Fire damage will be very helpful here, as will be a green blossom. Got it. Right, time for wolves. Time for danger doggos. Or not, I don't think they will aggro until I walk over toward the left. Well, you will. That's a big one. all of them, I think. Which reminds me, I still didn't go back to Grand Archives and pick up the spell. Anyway, it's the dog's taken care of, which means we can go fight the big doggo now. Let's go. Where's the big one? There it is. Are there any more small ones around? I see you watching me. Yeah, of course there's more small ones. Get away from me. Yeah, that attack is absolutely dangerous. Got you for now. Very good. At least you don't have to fight him entirely yet. There's quite a bit more to explore around here, but instead of exploring for now, I just want to keep on going and unlock the next bonfire, so I don't have to worry about this first portion anymore. Pretty sure that's an alive one. Other thing is, like, where am I supposed to go from here, because that just leads back around to the start. And though I might as well quickly clear that and get all the items, the follow javelin or whatever's lying up there. I think I have to go to the left in order to make some actual progress toward the church. Oh yeah, pretty sure you're alive. You were alive. Oh, it's you taken care of. Oh, you can be reported. Beautiful. I'll stand for mob management. All you need is report. Told us a beautiful skill to unlock. And the follower javelin. Not gonna bother jumping down because it just leads back to the first bonfire anyway. Instead we are going to turn... Didn't see you. Instead we are just going to focus our attention toward the left here. Up the hill. Not gonna go to the tower yet, I can come back for that later. I want to get to the bonfire for now. Yeah, you're kind of an issue though. Best to deal with you from range. Actually, why don't use some pyromancy for that? Well, that's one of you dealt with. Still 3 more, I believe. Yeah. Some exploding bolts are a lot better dealing with this. Takes care of these two. Then we have the triples. And that leaves the last one. More dog. Bonus dog. Is the dog not coming? Guess it wasn't. I have so much magic available. Could just use my fire ropes here. It's most of them dealt with. With the exception of that one. Launch Titan a chart. Right, and that leaves only this section over here, which leads us straight to the bonfire. A lot of flies here. Which also don't particularly like to be set on fire. Reminds me, the fan maggot mechanic from the Cathedral of the Deep is returning here as well. Yeah, of course it see me. Don't want to get too close though at the moment because of the second one. Second one, I say there's like, I don't know, 4 of them. That one's fake. You run though. Grab attack. More fleshy rot or whatever this is. Frozen weapon. It looks very fleshy, doesn't it? It sounds so fleshy if you walk in it too. The rot. It's not alive, but you probably are. No, you're not alive either. It's like a guessing game which one of them are and which ones aren't. Not quite. This right here is what leads to the bonfire. With a steady drop. Because I'm fountain, I didn't want to use the cave. Yeah, this is where I wanted to go. And there is the church, which we're going to take a look at another time though. For now we are going to go back to the Grand Archives because I still didn't bother to pick up Power Within. So we are going to remedy that. This should be good. We don't need to go in far. Just need to make it to the first, the one dark room with the creepy ambience in it. It'll be a quick run. And the corpse is still here as well. But nothing else is. Ladder wouldn't be faster, just go in the normal way. Oh, hello. Forgot I missed you because of that invader last time. That isn't actually where I want to be going though. This is. Right, now that you guys are dealt with, we go in here. And this is where we need to be, I think. Pretty sure there's a lever or something in here that I completely missed out on pressing last time. Wow. 70 on the dot. There it is. Ooh. Spooky hands. And look at that, retractable bookshelf, because why not? And a chest, of course. With the witch's locks inside. And here is power within, at long last. More importantly though, what are the witch's locks? Some kind of whip that also... no, I think it's just a standard whip. Wasn't sure about the forge for a moment. There was also a catalyst, but then remembered now it's the Rose of Ariandel that's both a whip and a catalyst. We're not doing a pyromancy one, but one for miracles. Either way, we can return to Firelink Shrine. Conveniently making use of my infinite homeward bone. When I don't miss it. Man, that phantom drift in the thumbstick is really annoying. Hey. Guess I didn't mute my phone. I hope it was quiet all the way up until now, because... it probably was. Anyway, power within. There you are. Temporarily boost attack but gradually lose HP. It is a lot better than it is in the first game, because this will last for half a minute but only takes a third of HP. And I'm pretty sure damage buff is about the same as it used to be. A forbidden pyromancy amongst those who internalize flame. Temporarily boost attack but gradually lose HP. A pyromancer fears the flame. However, this fear subsides once it is accepted as a substitute for strength. Let's accept it then. And with that, we'll end the episode.